So we're gonna do a Q&A. Everybody asked a bunch of questions for us to answer, and they were all pretty good questions. So Patrick here is the guest for today. I hate you.
That sucks. Yeah, we shouldn't come down here. That was terrible. We're just sitting there.
Like the best at this.
No, I'm not.
Okay. Okay. Cheers. We're doing tequila shots over here.
Tequila shots, making this doable.
So for them, right here. While Pat drinks. Okay, I'll pick it and I'll read it.
All right.
Okay, so the first question is, what's your favorite date night? I feel like this is a good question.
It is a good question.
Because I feel like I know I have one.
My favorite date night is something that's simple.
Okay.
I feel like every time you come and visit me here, we always do the same thing the first night, and that's always my favorite date night. Which is you usually get here, we'll come to my apartment, drop your bags, and then we'll find a local dive bar to go to somewhere in sweatpants and t-shirt,
very divey.
Super casual, super laid back,
super not
nothing
New York
that
style.
is, yeah.
And we're in DC right now, this is his apartment.
Yeah, we're in my apartment now. And then we usually we'll sometimes end up kind of drunk that night, but it's always fun because we haven't seen each other, and we see each other a little more than once a month if we're lucky. So those nights we get to relax in sweatpants and have conversation and get drunk and just really enjoy each other.
Yeah.
And it's nice because it's a laid back setting, which means it's, cheaper and more fun and just casual.
Yeah. We also like to go out, but that would be our number one date night would be to just.
Yeah. We definitely go out a bunch and we'll find different restaurants. We love, I've lived in DC now under 3 years, so we love finding new restaurants and places to go, but
yeah.
The question was my favorite one. Casual ones.
Next one. Do you have kids?
No kids. I got 9 nieces and nephews. No kids.
I don't know if that was for me or you or both of us, but there's no kids.
No kids. No kids.
Moving on. How did you meet and how long have you been dating?
You can answer that.
Okay, so we've been dating for 4 years, almost 4 years, in May. How did we meet? That's a good question. I don't know. Should I answer this? I don't know. Okay,
so we started talking originally through Instagram. Julia messaged me first through Instagram.
Shout out to all the women.
We're both from the same hometown in Pennsylvania, so we had a lot of same high school, a couple years apart. But there are a lot of mutual friends and people between us. It was one night, I don't know, 4 years ago, where Julia sent me an Instagram message and I replied, and
It was back when Instagram you had to send a picture to even message someone. I couldn't just direct him with a text. I had to send a picture, so I sent him a black image. I wasn't gonna send him a picture of my face. What if he weren't interested?
Yeah.
And then he didn't answer me till the next day, so I was like, well, this is stupid. And he was living in North Carolina
at the time. I was living in North Carolina.
I was in New York.
And we texted for 3 weeks before and we had never met in person before.
I kind of knew who we were. It wasn't total strangers. I knew who you were.
It wasn't complete rando, but we had never met in person, never been introduced. So 3 weeks of just texting and calling.
And he was like, can I come home to meet you?
Yeah, so I drove home from North Carolina, got back to my parents' house in Pennsylvania, and
we're both from outside of Philly,
so
same hometown.
Yeah, so then we ended up meeting at 3 in the morning outside of my parents' house, where we literally just sat on the curb and talked for 2 hours.
Yeah.
And that was it.
The rest is history. I couldn't do all of them, there's a lot.
When is he popping the question so I can be there?
This is from Anna.
From Anna.
Shout out Anna.
Anna, you'll be the first one I tell. If it happens.
Yeah.
We're probably 4 or 5 years away from it though.
Yeah. I don't know if we can go too into detail with that.
Yeah. We've only been dating 4 years. We both want to wait till we're
75.
75.
Especially him.
Yes. Thanks for that, Anna.
This one's how did you meet? I think we just answered that, right?
Yeah, we just did that.
Oh, what type of outfit is your favorite on Jules? Just kidding.
What? I don't know what she said. Honestly, I didn't. I mean, it probably depends. We've been, like I said earlier with the dates, like, I mean, I like when she's...
Did a fly just come in? There's a fly.
She's obviously crazy. Not. I don't
You see it, right?
No, I don't see it.
Okay.
But we'll check the footage for it. What is it? I really like sweatpants, t-shirt, comfortable and casual. I mean, I also always like when we can get dressed up. The past couple of years we've been going to so many weddings. This year we've got, I think, 6 more weddings to go to together. I feel like those are always special occasions because we can like both splurge and buy nice outfits for those days because it is an opportunity to get dressed up. And
okay, how about like your least favorite product item? I know there's things that I wear sometimes. He usually likes, I feel like 80% of the stuff I wear. But there are like a few that I feel like you could deal without, probably. Right?
I don't know.
No. I feel like there are some. Like,
I mean, other than the stuff where...
yeah, he doesn't like that. It's cool.
I know it's kind of like a fashion thing right now, but obviously it's, you know, seriously.
It's not up to you.
No, it is.
Moving on. He likes everything on me. I'm perfect. This is so funny. Do you ever need to spice things up to keep magic alive?
Not when you do long distance and see each other once a month.
And it's only been 4 years. I feel like, you know, hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah, I think we're both like energetic and fun people where like it's not like we're bored of each other ever or we're really like need to try new things. I mean, last summer we did the trip to Turks and Caicos and that was like a big like, I mean, it took us a while to plan that and convince me to do it.
Yeah, he didn't.
I hesitated a bunch with it. So that was kind of like just like a new thing to experience together. But I don't think we really are ever like, hey, our relationship needs like a new spice or like,
honestly,
like we're getting
we've
bored.
never really fought.
No.
Like we argue in like healthy ways, but we've never like been like we need a break ever.
Yeah.
We just get along.
Yeah.
So sweet. Okay. So the answer to that is not really. This is a question for me. It says, when did you decide you wanted to do fashion and what motivates you the most? So I think that's not really.
Probably not for me. Although I am pretty fashionable.
Actually, I didn't really know I wanted to do fashion until I realized I was in college already and had no idea what I wanted to do. But always was interested in it because I remember in high school being made fun of for wearing Doc Martens, and now they're like such a big thing. And then I decided to go to FIT. I don't know, there was never like a moment where I was like, I really want to be in fashion because I didn't really know what I wanted to do until after I graduated when I started the blog, or like halfway through college, I guess, when I started. And I was like, that's all I want to do. So that was kind of what motivates me. I guess like the potential, and like a lot of other bloggers motivate me, seeing like success, and when other people like tell me that they really like what I'm putting out there and it like is helping them, I feel like that motivates me too. Yeah.
First time you met each other's families.
That's a good one.
So it's funny, actually, like I said earlier, when we met, we just like texted, and I mean, we met doing long distance in the first 3 weeks, like talking and everything. And then the weekend I went home to finally meet her in person. That same weekend I met her parents. We were out and then came back to her place, and I kind of expected to just kind of drop her off, and she was like, why don't you just come in and meet my parents? And I think I ended up like sitting down.
No, because my dad was like, he's not just gonna drop you off at my house and not come in.
Yeah,
and
after knowing her
like,
for 48 hours.
They're like, we're gonna meet this guy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't even know him, but
yeah,
it was fine. You came in for like coffee. For, like,
I came in for, I think, coffee quickly after I met Julia, that when I met her parents. Shout out Josh and Jane.
Jane and Jay.
And then, which is actually kind of funny, Julia's parents are Josh and Jane, and my parents are Jean and Joe.
So cute.
So it's all 4 J's. I don't really remember when you met my parents. I remember the first time you met my dad. Well, the first time you met my mom was at the beach.
Yeah,
the first time you met my dad, you came to my house, and my dad was out mowing the lawn.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And he like came over. You were driving to pick me up.
Yeah.
And he came over to the car and just started talking to you. And then it was, I don't know, a little bit after that, we went to my visit my mom at the beach. And that was when we hung out. You hung out with my parents for the first time.
All right. Next one. Do you ever go through rough patches? How do you handle it?
Good question.
What do you mean by rough patches?
Yeah. I think we definitely do. The hard part for us and doing long distance, and just so everybody knows, like long distance right now is kind of like a decision for us. Like we are both supportive of each other, like each other's careers, and like letting each other pursue what you want to pursue. So we're like very supportive of each other, which means like our relationship is going to do long distance right now, which creates a ton of struggle, right? There are days when she's frustrated or busy or whatever, and like we don't talk at all. And then there are days where, you know, she's free and I'm the one busy and we don't get to talk at all. And we'll go sometimes, I mean,
we've gone like a week.
We've gone a week of just like text each other good morning, and then at the end of the day, text each other good night. And I think that always frustrates our relationship because that's not ultimately what we want. But I think fortunately we're pretty mature, or I'm mature, that I understand how to like have the conversation to what is important. And we do have a lot of conversations about our future, so like we both do know what each other wants out of like a relationship and the support system and like future family goals and aspirations. So like when times do get tough, we're able to like both take a step back and like we know why we're doing it and the direction we're heading. And usually that that gets us back on track, and you know, this sometimes helps too.
Basically we just drink a lot, and like then that's fine.
Things like that put our relationship
Next
on edge.
One.
How long have you two been together?
Answered that. 4 years.
So we started talking 4 years ago in May. I don't think we would say we were like dating. I mean, we definitely weren't dating then because we'd never met or talked in person. Yeah, and the first time I basically saw you, I had to fly to North Carolina, and my mom was like, "You're not going to see this guy. Like, he doesn't even live here." Yeah, actually. But I did it. Hashtag funny story about this. What? So one of the first times. So when you say how long have you been together, like we've been talking since 4 years ago, May. So about to be 4 years. But we weren't dating then, and we had never really had conversations about who we are and like what do we call ourselves. So Julia came down to visit me when I lived in Durham. Am I gonna hate this story? No, you'll remember it though. And hang out with a couple of my friends down there that was having a bigger birthday party. Oh yeah. And we had never talked about like what we were doing, or like is this just for fun, or is this like serious, or like fun? What is Julia flying down to North Carolina to see a boy? I introduced Julia multiple times that night as my friend Julia. Yes, so annoying. That's so annoying. And then later that night we were leaving Durham to go to a bar. Actually, we were going out in Raleigh, and in the car was when she like brought it up to me. And it wasn't the best or smartest thing I've ever done. And we were drinking, and so it brought out some emotion. But yeah, I introduced her as my friend because it was different after. It was a mistake, and yeah, honestly, it probably like helped with all of our communication because, you know, early on in relationships, you never like. Also, I told him I loved him first. Yeah. And he didn't say it back, so there's hope for you guys. That's a different story. Okay. But we're gonna finish. So my job specifically within the company, it actually recently changed. So I was our director of marketing, which now I'm my title is director of special projects, which special projects is common with military, which is being a veteran-founded company, a role that they wanted to create in the company. It's primarily operationally focused. Being one of the first employees within the company, certainly wear a lot of hats and responsible for a lot of stuff. But yeah, ldrinvest.com. Check us out. A little promotion. A little promotion right there. Oh, that'll be the last one. So the last question: How old are you both?
Okay. I'm 24.
And I'm 31.
Woo-hoo. Yeah, so we're like 6 years apart.
Yeah, because you're turning 25.
Yeah, 25.
So, yeah, a little over 6 years between us. That was a big thing early on that we had to figure out.
Yeah,
Just wondering about.
It was interesting, like the age gap always was a thing, but when you get older, it becomes not a thing. So, that was fun, right?
Well, it was fun.
We could do that again at some other point in life, in our life.
Thanks everybody who asked questions.
Yeah, peace out. Thanks for watching. Hey y'all! We'll do that again, so subscribe, you know, tell all your friends. Alright, we're gonna go out. Bye guys.